The objective of this lesson is to be able to understand how to use the VLOOKUP in Excel. So to explain to you what VLOOKUP does, basically if you have a table like this, what it will allow you to do is search for example, a specific name here like Bob, and return the corresponding result or grade for Bob. And one of the most important things that you need to know about VLOOKUP is that it works from left to right. So for example, if I know that the grade is 72 and I want to know who got 72, I cannot do a VLOOKUP backwards. I would have to either copy paste my data here and do a VLOOKUP, or use a formula like XLOOKUP, or use index and match. And I'm going to put links to some of the videos highlighting those formulas. If we go back to VLOOKUP, what we're going to try to do as an example is to have a drop down here with a name, and then select something in the drop down and get as a VLOOKUP here the result and then the grade corresponding to this person. So let's start. To get the drop down, you select the cells where you want to do the drop down, so those two cells, and then you do data, you do this data validation, you click list, and then you click on the arrow, you select the name, this is my list, I say OK, and as you can see in both cases I get the names in the drop down. So I'm going to select Mark, and here I'm going to select John. Let's start with the VLOOKUP. Equal VLOOKUP, open parenthesis. What is my lookup value? It's the name. Next, what is my lookup table? Now, if you select the table like this, you will get an error. You always have to have, for VLOOKUP, the column that you are selecting your lookup value from as the most left one. So in this case, I have to select from name till grade. And again, it's only one range. So sometimes I'm going to have some columns that I'm not using for my VLOOKUP, and it's okay. I just select them in one go. Next, you put comma, and you have the column index. The way it counts is that your first column is 1, your second is 2, third is 3, and so on. So for result, I have to put 2. So I want the corresponding value in my second column for my name. And then last parameter, true is approximate match, false is exact match. I always use false, because otherwise with true you might get into problems. If you do enter, you'll get the data. Now, if you selected this, as you can see, you get an A. So you have to be very careful how you select your table. We're going to do the same thing here for the grade. So we're going to do equal VLOOKUP, then open parenthesis. We want to look for John, and then we select the table as we said. Then the column index now is 3, right? 1, 2, 3. So 3, and then false. As you can see, if I change anything, for example, I get Anna, I get 93. Now the problem will arise when you have a new data. Let's say we have Jeremy here, and he's excellent, and he got 98. The problem is I'm not going to get Jeremy here, and then because I selected this range, I'm not going to get the new data in my table, and that could be problematic. So one way to solve this is the following. So let's get rid of Jeremy for now. We select our table, and then we do insert, and then we do table. So now we converted our data to an Excel table. So we say OK, and this is an Excel table. In this way, if I add now Jeremy, and I say excellent, and I put 98, automatically I'm gonna get Jeremy in my drop down. Once I select Jeremy, my range will automatically adjust because it's a table. So this is very important to know. The other thing that you need to know is that if I have another time John, and John this time was poor, that's my second John, and he got 20. Now it's true that you'll get John here in the drop down, but the problem is if I select John, I get excellent. Even if I select my second John, I still get excellent. Why? Because VLOOKUP will find the first match it can find and return the corresponding value. So if you have several times John at the bottom, it will only look at the first John and give you the corresponding values for John. So you need to be careful